Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast. This is episode 46, and as always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week is Gameface. Say hello to the people, Gameface.
Check, microphone, check, one. What's up, everybody? My name is Gameface. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's about it. I was gonna go into a little time machine freestyle kind of thing, but I'm not that lame.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. I suck.
Anyway, yeah, Glitch is also here this week because Ian is not here for whatever reason. Stop that, that's probably loud in the mic.
Or Google Float told me this.
Say hello.
Hi, Internet. Lols. What do you know? And all
His
that
name is
stuff
Tommy
about
Wiseau, and this is his Tommy Wiseau.
Lols to the walls. You ever wonder what Tommy Wiseau would be like?
Yeah, like,
No.
you like to like hang out and like smoke a joint with them. Probably very quiet. A little bit,
Uncomfortable
Awkward.
laughing.
very French.
Laughing when you tell him about things like horrible incidents that kill thousands of people.
Or it mean that you love his wife deeply and even more so than Johnny himself.
Oh, hi, doggy.
And then he'll be like, I'm fed up with this world. Arr, angry.
I think he'll just ask to go on with the story.
Okay, that is not cool. I am going to
Arr.
prescribe to you a certain dose of Johnny juice.
Johnny Juice.
Johnny
I
Is
juice.
that like the Tao of Johnny?
Yeah, except it is Johnny juice.
I don't want any Johnny Juice, please. I've already have my bad images in my head now. I don't need to add any Johnny Juices. That
What a funny story, Glitch.
Oh, man.
Chip, 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 chip,
How
chip.
dare you poorly imitate my favorite farm animal? You've seen his review of it, right?
You mean what?
You've seen his review of the
You
ring.
mean the critics' review?
Yes.
Of the room? Oh yeah, of course. I saw that. That was the first. That was my introduction to the Wiseau, man.
I thought you saw the
The
Tommy
Wiseau
Wiseau
one.
show first.
No, I think that was you.
No, I saw the review first.
I saw your mom
Because I
first.
told you about it.
I told you about your mom first.
You know what? I saw your mom first. I'm your dad.
Oh, that'd be impressive. You would have been about 6 months old when I was born.
What can I
so-
say? I was a pimp.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay. Forget Johnny Juice. That goes over the out of my head limit now.
Hey, now you got other nasty images in your head.
Yes, I do now. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
do you make a
Have
face
you
like
finished
this?
your beer yet?
Almost. It's my pre-show beer.
Finish your pre-show beer that lasted into the show because you're a fucker.
I threw my can at Joystick's head.
I really hope you thought that was empty, though. You think that was empty?
It wasn't. Wait, did I just like beer on you?
You think that's air you're breathing now?
I just ripped one hardcore. I always wanted Morpheus to say that. You think that's
Okay.
air you're breathing now? I just ripped one so hardcore. Morpheus,
Okay.
where are we? Not so much more as when. Morpheus, when are we? Okay, moving later, right.
Okay, so what beer are we drinking?
Eat your mom.
What beer are we drinking?
It's Michelob Ultra in the slim cans.
Yeah. So crack it.
Crack it. We got a trio of crackers here tonight. Tell me that didn't go in your can.
fail.
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
Did it just flat out come off? Yeah. I have no fingernails because I bite my nails all the time.
Oh,
That's
so
some
I
fail
thought the
right
pull
there.
Tab, I thought the pull tab came.
Yeah. Oh no! You know what? I would have swore the hell out of it. Now.
I knew a guy. Oh yeah, our mostly silent protagonist, Billiam Wrigley. Well, he was on his way to work once, and he had one of those bottles. The Blee was on his way to work once, and he had one of those big bottles of Sobe, fruit juice, and he pulled the cap off, and the bottom of the glass bottle just dropped off, and the entire bottle just dumped on his lap. It just popped right off, like as if he was holding a cup upside down.
Oh.
That sucks balls.
So
What a waste of alcohol.
That wasn't alcohol. That was Sobe.
Depends on what kind of soapy.
Okay,
Sobe
that's
makes
not
alcoholic
such a
things?
crime then.
No,
I had to dump out like 3 beers today because I was walking around the house just finding half-drank pint cans. Who does that?
What?
I wasn't gonna drink them. They were all flat.
What? Your dad?
No, here.
It wasn't me. Because I finished my beer.
Son, I am derpy.
Why don't you just make
You are.
why don't you make like a Jersey Turnpike out of all of them?
Yeah, I could've. There's a drink called a Poppuccino, which involves... This had to be something that someone came up with when they were almost out of liquor. It's beer... Excuse me. It's beer, cola, and gin. And it sounds disgusting, and it actually works.
Beer, gin, cola.
That just gives me an idea.
Fajola.
The pop gives me an idea for a new beer. Beer and what do you call them?
Stuff.
Pop rocks.
Ooh.
Alcoholic pop rocks. That would go great in the college party towns, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
beer.
Me
We
and
need
Billy,
to make beer.
Me and Billy came up with an idea for it's a beer extract with alcohol. It's basically like malt syrup with alcohol added. You can add it. You add club soda to it, and then it's beer. Or you can add a little more syrup, and then it's a darker beer, or more syrup, and then it's a stout, or a little bit less. Or no, it doesn't even have the alcohol in. You have to add like grain alcohol to it. You can add more, and then it's like a pale ale, or you can add less alcohol, and then it's like a cask ale. And so it's modifiable. It's like the cheap economy way to have beer. You just have to pre-mix the ingredients. And we came up with this in his car on lunch break. And this other guy, Kevin, who we know, comes walking up to our car, and we're just sitting in there chuckling. And he's like, "Hey, you guys, what are you up to?" And we just kind of look at each other, and we're like, beer up.
Beer up.
Beer up.
I was waiting for that story to go somewhere.
Yeah, beer up.
It eventually
never heard of
did. It
Beer Up?
just took a while.
Yeah, I do that a
It
lot.
was like
That's what makes
it
me
was like
cool.
it was like Grandpa
Simpson.
Simpson's story, Abe Simpson's story. No, it wasn't like that.
Was it like this, Jenkins?
Something like that, Jenkins.
Here I am again, talking about things that our audience can't see. It's a funny picture. It's on the other computer right now. It's a stupid fox.
Have you seen the webcomic Stupid Fox?
There's a webcomic called Stupid Fox?
Yeah,
I want to see this.
it's about a stupid fox. I know you're shocked.
There's vacuuming.
What are you doing?
There's vacuuming going on. I'm looking up Stupid Fox. Go ahead. Let's start with the show.
So I got an Atari Jaguar, which is freaking awesome. Thank you, by the way. I've said that before, but thank you anyway. And it
Can I tell them how we got the money to get the Atari Jaguar?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, it came with Alien vs. Predator, and if you don't know, Alien vs. Predator costs about $100 if you're gonna buy it on eBay.
And that's about that was the price of the whole thing.
Yeah, the entire thing costs $115, and it came with that Evolution Dino Dudes, which I looked it up is apparently the game Humans. You remember Humans?
Wait. Evolution Dino Dudes.
Evolution
Yes.
Dino Dudes.
That's like third place in the most awesome named games.
Yeah. It's basically like Lemons, except it kind of sucks.
Do you remember the video game Humans from back in the day?
I do not.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I do.
About the caveman? It was a puzzle game?
No, I don't think so, no.
Oh, well. It's basically Humans.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out. I have to look it up online to figure out just how the hell I'm supposed to play it, because I just got the guys to walk around some, and then I got them all to fall off and die. And then I got Cybermorph with it, and...
How did you learn to fly?
Where did you learn to fly?
Where did you learn to fly?
Get it right.
And how?
Anyway, yeah, and Doom, but I already own both of those games.
Dumb.
So I've got
Doom.
I've got 2 copies of 2 different Jaguar games. Go figure that one out. I want to get the sequel to Cybermorph, Battlemorph, because it looks better in every single way humanly imaginable.
What? Oh, there was a sequel to Cybermorph. That's right.
Battlemorph.
Battlemorph.
It's for the
How did you learn?
it's for the Atari Jaguar CD, but that's its biggest
I'm
problem.
not buying a plastic toilet for my Atari. I don't care what the nerd says.
Did I say?
Did
Did I ask you to buy it? No, I said I kind of want to play the game. That's all I said.
I know.
You
But
boob.
I didn't insinuate that you wanted me to buy it, because I would have said no anyway. But no, I mean,
You said I'm not buying it.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not, because for a second I was thinking about buying it to play that game, and then I went, no. Looks like a toilet. Doesn't work. Talks like a smeghead.
There are
Smells
supposed to be some that work, and I watched Spoonie's video where he reviewed a game for it, and apparently most of its problems are caused by the lid fitting on too tightly, so that
Man, that's failing.
the CD doesn't spin.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually, unlike the nerd, he actually got the damn thing to work.
It's like mistaking an ugly girlfriend for a bag of Chex Mix.
He played a game called Highlander Last of the Clouds for it. It looked like ass.
Man, I want to play Star Fox Last of the Clouds.
Yeah, doesn't McCloud sound like an epic name?
Like either an epic name or a gay name. Or a gay epic
No, you're an idiot. So we get to the
name.
topic.
McCloud. Cloud. It has the word cloud in it. That's very cozy.
It could be a thunderstorm cloud, though.
Well, then it would be McThunder. That would be so hardcore.
Can we,
20,000 kilachildren. Yeah, let's get on with it.
you know what? His name is nowhere near as metal as Michael Savage, because Savage is a badass last name. And Sergeant Savage, that's pretty metal too.
Sergeant
Wait, who's
Slaughter.
Michael Savage?
Yeah, you said
That
Michael
guy
Savage,
is annoying.
but he's got a metal name.
Yeah, he does. More metal than Fred Savage.
But it does end in Savage, both of them, and the last name Savage is pretty metal.
Yeah, it is. Except it reminds me of Fred Savage.
I like it.
There's a comic book named Fred Savage, and he's a bounty hunter.
Fred
Figure
Savage,
that out.
Bounty Hunter.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
guys
good.
want to talk about video games?
Let's do it.
What are those?
There's these things you buy and put in consoles and play.
They're games.
That's-
On video.
That sounds asinine.
You're asinine.
You're ass-8.
That's
You're
asinine.
ass-anine.
Okay, let's get on with it. Get on with it!
Okay.
Wait. No.
God damn it!
So I was working on my car for like 8 hours today to buff all the rust out of it. Now I have rust in my hair, so I'm quite literally a metalhead.
Okay, can we get on with it now?
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
forget about that awful joke and just start with the topic.
If we
Shut up! Shut up!
Could go die now.
Okay. Minecraft has a release date of November 11th, and this is interesting because it is the exact same day as the Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Balls. Brass balls.
Yeah, that does take some guts to release your game on the same day as Skyrim. If I was making a video game, I don't care if it's already made $33 million. I'm not releasing it on the same day as Skyrim. No, you don't do that.
I'm sorry, new school gamers, but I'm gonna pick Minecraft over Skyrim any day. I'm not even sure what Skyrim is.
The next, you've seen the Elder Scrolls. Your brother played it a bunch.
Oh,
He played Morrowind.
Morrowind, that's right, okay.
Yes, it's another game in that series.
Yeah, I played that for like an hour.
I
Yeah.
played that
Holy
for like...
cow, look at that. My beer cans are sticking together. How is that happening? What the hell? Can somebody take a picture of this? Call Ripley's. My beer cans are sticking together. Everybody whips out the camera.
And I don't know how to control this thing.
I don't think they're going anywhere, so take your time.
Go on.
I love being awesome. By the by,
Oh, perfect. Okay, got it.
I love being pretentious. Anyway, I'm gonna leave them like this. My two skinny beer cans just stuck together end to end like some kind of weird vacuum.
Okay. Or a tube. Anyway, yeah, Skyrim. I am actually really, really excited about Skyrim. I haven't tried Minecraft, but your brother seems to really like it.
Both series kind of bore me to pieces, really. I mean, I can respect, the Elder Scrolls because it's a really popular series and all that,
And it does a lot of things very, very well.
but none of those things work for me, at least. Like, I prefer Fallout, which I know a lot of people say
I
is
prefer
just,
Fallout as well.
yeah, like, it's just, like, pretty much all they said is just, it's Elder Scrolls with guns. But,
And
Which
bullets.
is not fair to the series at all. I don't know which one existed first. Actually. I was going to say I thought Fallout existed first, but then I thought, but then I didn't remember when Elder Scrolls Arena was released. That was the first game in the series. But it's not Fallout. It's not Elder Scrolls with guns.
yeah. It's just, Fallout, for me, it just, because it takes place, in mostly modern times, it just feels more genuine to me.
I'm trying to figure out a way to keep my cans stuck together. It's vacuum. It's like it's blood pressure.
The the Minecraft, even in beta format, selling it for cheap in beta, has made $33 million. So, I mean, basically, they're going to keep adding features to it after they release the final version, which begs the question, why have a final version? But I guess he just wants to get rid of the beta title. He said it's more of the guy who does the game says it's more of a formality than anything else.
Yeah, well, you gotta get, at least you gotta give them some credit, though. It did create a niche in the video game market, at least. People who have tons of time on their computer, besides spending it on Second Life and...
I'd rather play this than Second Life.
Exactly, yes.
I played Second Life for a few hours. I got bored to tears, and I said, fuck
They
this.
say there's a lot to do, but there's nothing to do.
Yeah, people always tell me there's a lot to do, and I'm like,
It's
I tried it. Where is all this stuff to do?
It's all just kooky customizing, which is basically like any RPG, except there's nothing else.
There's no story. There's no ultimate goal. There's nothing.
I know a guy who actually DJs a club on Second Life.
And that's just
I've
sad.
talked to
That
some
is
people
sad.
that do that, and I said, if I ever DJ'd a club, I'd chase everybody out of there with the heaviest, fastest, and most brutal music I could possibly find.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to start a club under the guise of being some kind of a kooky rave that these internet types love to go to, and
Yeah,
then
a
just
whole bunch
blast them out with some Black Sabbath?
I would choose something a lot heavier than Black Sabbath.
Strapping young lad.
That would work. See, I'll be like, here, you can listen to their album Alien for a while. It's about the heaviest thing on the
Gwar.
planet.
Gwar.
Some
War.
random type of German metal band or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, they got no. Scandinavia has the heaviest metal.
Scandinavia does have a lot of very, very, very good metal in it. Especially Sweden. Sweden's got a lot of sweet metal from it.
Which is kind of funny considering, Sweden,
has
they're
such
like
a-
the most neutral,
It has such a.
enjoyable country in the world.
I think that's Switzerland, but Sweden still, yeah.
Switzerland doesn't have all that much in the way of metal. They never really have. I mean,
They got
they've
cheese
had
and chocolate.
one
and,
major band.
Swiss Army knives.
They had
Yeah.
one major band, and that was Celtic Frost.
and skiing. Celtic Frost was Swiss,
yes, they were.
and they're called Celtic Frost.
Celtic Frost. Yeah,
That's funny.
that they were all. I don't remember what the inspiration behind Celtic. Their name was just being rebellious.
Sounds
I
like
know
it
that-
should be a whiskey.
I know that is what just the whole inspiration behind naming their original band Hellhammer.
It's epic.
I need to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna pause this and I'll
No, don't pause it. Let's move on to your next topic.
I
we
need
can
to use
shoot
the
the-
bathroom.
Dude, I ran out of this room twice since when you were over there yakking. Okay, fine, you can pause it.
I'm the freaking host. I need to use the
Back to business here.
back to business.
BioWare announced that there will be a Mass Effect animated movie. It will be distributed by Funimation and developed by Japanese studio TO Entertainment. It is already in production, set to be released in 2012. In the year 3000!
Are you a fan of Mass Effect at all?
I played a little bit of the first one, but I just couldn't get really into it anyway.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. I played it so much. I loved it so much that I played through most of it, got stuck in a glitch that wouldn't let me finish the game, and played through it again because I enjoyed it just that much. I was like, no, screw you. I'm gonna finish this freaking game if I have to play through it all over again. And it was just as much fun the second time.
And I was one day in office typing on a computer. True
What?
story. I was one day in office typing on a computer.
No, speak English good.
Squirrel King!
Squirrel King.
Squirrel King. What's Squirrel King?
Squirrel King. He's the guy that actually made, the thing.
The thing with the stuff and the stuff with the thing?
Yes.
Does it do scary things like take over the world and stuff?
Yes.
Ah, that thing.
Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, I am a big fan of Mass Effect. I haven't even gotten to play Mass Effect 2. I'll play it on my PlayStation 3 eventually, but I had a 360 and it was stolen. I'd rather not get into why or what happened,
Yeah, it was faggy.
to say the least. It sucked. But I really want to get around to playing Mass Effect 2, and I wonder does this thing bridge the gap between Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 or 2 and 3, or I wonder where this is going to fit into the timeline, or is it going to be a side quest type thing, or what?
If it's anything, they'll probably be just It depends, because you don't know what kind of video game movies are going to be about. Like, for example, Final Fantasy Spirits Within, they originally thought, fans thought it'd be just an expansion, like Final Fantasy 7 or whatever.
That's what I thought. I was naive.
Yeah. Well, some stuff, that was a completely different story. It didn't connect anything. But, there are some, animated movies such as,
Dead Space Downfall.
yeah, like that. Like, it was a continuation of the series. But then they also have, some movies, I'm sure, that are just pretty much reiterations of the game. Or, like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like, the first Resident Evil, at least. The
I-
second one, I can't say much.
I haven't seen the CGI Resident Evil movie, have you?
No, I think it's hard to find now, I think. Or at least, I couldn't find it all. What's that called? It's the one
It's like Degeneration or something like that. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. From what I gather, the people at BioWare are actually involved in this, and BioWare knows how to tell a good story. They've
Oh, that's a
always known
start.
how to tell a good story. So, if they are involved in this, maybe this movie won't suck.
I don't know. They sometimes have the writers of, comic books and such, write some of the stories for whenever it goes into movies.
Well, they do have a guy named Drew Caption or something like that has worked at BioWare since before Knights of the Old Republic, and he's done some books based off of the movies that have actually been pretty good. He's actually a decent writer. Not mind-blowing books like The Song of Ice and Fire or something, but still pretty darn good, entertaining read.
How about the Song of Coke and Pepsi?
Put the lime in it, put the Pepsi in the
You already
coconut.
broke it. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You put the Pepsi in the coconut, and you
No,
drink it
it's-
all up.
Oh, so you put the lime in the
You
No.
nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Your mom.
The sausage?
Your mom.
She could put her lime
Yes,
in my coconut and
Yeah, I put the sausage in your mom.
I think I want to make some eggs, but not. I'll wait till the
You
show's
think
over.
you want an adult now that I put the sausage in your mom?
I'm going to punch you in a very soft part of your body. Your earlobe.
Okay, please don't.
No, I just hit you in your earlobe. You kind of missed my earlobe, actually.
But I hit your ear.
Yeah.
That's
you
good
hit my
enough.
ear.
That's good enough.
I'm gonna go pray now.
They're also working on a. Did you play Dragon Age?
No, I haven't. I tried it for about 10 minutes, and I couldn't get past the first part. I couldn't get past the first fight,
I heard that it's kind of challenging, but
to say the least.
they're also working. The same company, I think, is supposed to be working on a Dragon Age movie. Wonder if this is going to be anime. I mean, I think it's made in Japan. I think it's done by a company that does anime movies, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's anime in style. But then again, it's very much a North American property. I hope that they don't
Well, no.
Japanify it too much and make it nothing like it originally was.
Well, if any country knows about the future, it's Japan, though.
Like Japanese Spider-Man. Have you ever seen Japanese Spider-Man?
Have
No.
you ever seen Italian Spider-Man?
I have, yes.
What does that have to do with Japanese Spider-Man?
It's awesomer.
Japanese Spider-Man, he has a mech. Spider-Man, let me say that again. Spider-Man has a mech.
Italian Spider-Man
Spider-Man doesn't need a mech.
Italian Spider-Man punches women and tells them to make him a macchiato.
You mean just like a redneck Spider-Man, then? Only
Yeah, except he's Italian.
Yeah.
And he looks like Jack Black.
It was like, I saw clips of it, and this show looks like the Power Rangers and Spider-Man got together and had a fucked up Flipper baby.
It's a Sentai-man.
Yeah, basically. And I'm watching this and I'm like, this isn't Spider-Man. Why isn't he swinging and kicking people in the face and shooting web everywhere? Come on, this isn't Spider-Man.
Well, again, this is Japan. They prefer... Let's put it this way.
Lobster cola and panties with dookies in them and vending machines.
Yeah, kind of like that. Their porn involves tentacles. Our porn involves guys and girls.
That's kind of a universe of difference, really.
I wonder something like when
Censorship
when
laws.
they bring Japanese things over to America and remake it in America, then they like Americanize it or whatever. A lot of people wind up hating it, saying it's not much like the original. I wonder if the people in Japan do the same thing with like the American stuff that they bring over to Japan and Japanify it.
Actually, check. There's actually different covers for different video games that were released in New York and America first, and then in Japan that have different covers. But you know what the cool thing is? If you want to see any differences between Japanese and American versions of anime, just look on Pokemon and just check all the differences between there. But they have,
I have heard.
yeah.
I've heard
Like,
things
for
about
like, there's one scene where Brock's holding up just like a bunch of rice cakes, and he's like, "These jelly donuts are great. Nothing beats anything like a jelly donut." And they're all just kind of smiling, like, and instead of like having like a rice cake, they have crackers, or they actually have My favorite one is they have there's a scene where a rice cake is just falling down a hill, and then that's in the Japanese version, but in the American version, it's a submarine sandwich that doesn't break up or anything whenever it's falling down. It's just like one solid piece of food.
Wow.
With this
Rice balls are
Mass
good, by
Effect
the way.
movie, I have a little bit of hope for it. If
Can I just say one thing?
you just did,
Can I just say one thing?
you just did
Can
again.
I just say one more thing?
Sure.
I like rice.
Okay.
I like rice balls.
Okay. Can I finish my thought?
Yeah, I like rice.
Shut up. Matt, if BioWare steps forward and says we're involved in writing the story, or we are writing the story, or something to that effect, I will have quite a bit more faith in this movie that it won't be another piece of shit that is so common with turning video games into movies. There's been rumors of a Mass Effect movie for a while. I didn't expect it to be an animated thing out of Japan, though.
Yeah, well, they kind of did the whole thing with Dead Space and some of the Final Fantasy stuff as well, but we'll see.
We didn't even get the best thing that they did around Final Fantasy VII, which was Last Order. They didn't do like an American version of that, and that was far, far, far superior to Advent Children.
I've got that sitting around on DVD somewhere.
It's not good.
It's far superior to Advent Children.
Advent Children?
You guys want to talk about EA being sued for something else?
Yes,
Would
yes,
I?
please.
Let's talk about
Tell
EA
us.
being sued.
Because EA doesn't have enough lawsuits on their hands
They're being
yet.
sued by AE.
EA,
Artificial Excellence.
EA is being sued over the Madden series.
About frickin' time.
If you purchased a game,
They copyright infringed against themselves for having so many of them.
if you purchased the game between 2005 and now, you might receive an email informing you that you are a plaintiff in a class action lawsuit against EA for holding a monopoly on the Madden series, which, yeah, they pretty much do. They have an exclusive license with the NFL for that says that no one else is allowed to make football video games featuring real teams and real players.
What'll frat boys do without Madden?
Now, see, here's the good thing.
That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
to get competition back. And their other series have competition. Their MLB series has competition, especially from MLB The Show, which Sony does, which is supposed to be superior every single year.
Well, see, I prefer having the NFL series just strict to Madden. Call me crazy, but it actually gives more. But because they can't use licensing, they can do more with the license. They can do more, like, yeah. All right, let me explain. In Gran Turismo, they have, the British have all these licensed cars. But whenever, like, you say hit another car or hit a wall or anything, you see the car has no damage because the people who are holding the license don't want their cars to look damaged or anything.
Which is amazing that Forza ever gets a license when it does have damage.
Yeah, exactly. So, since
I gotcha.
since most of these other companies don't have any other damages, they can do more arcade game-like stuff, which I personally prefer since I'm not a sports nut or anything like that. Like, there's a game called Backbreaker where it does have, all these different
I've heard of
teams.
Backbreaker. I heard it's kind of fun.
It is, like, I've actually tried it. It's more arcade-like. Like, you can actually
More
feel...
like Blitz or something.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Blitz was fun.
Exactly. Even though that had, like, that's a good example of having a licensed team in an arcade game. Same thing with NBA Jam and all that stuff.
Jams was the man.
I don't even like basketball. I like Jam.
Yeah.
I like basketball because I like Jam.
That works.
And I didn't play it until I got a Sega Genesis again in college.
Then you went, holy crap, what was I missing? This
That
game is
exactly.
awesome. And
Because I had a Genesis from the time I was 6 until I was about maybe 10, and then we got rid of it.
I said we signed up to no, even better. Instead of having the licensing, have Mutant League Football back.
Yes.
Mutant League Hockey.
Huh?
And Mutant League Hockey.
Exactly.
They had the bodies under the ice. It's awesome.
Zombie Roethlisberger.
What?
Zombelsberger.
Go all Castlevania on it, actually.
Yes!
Like, instead of just look at all the people and the names and all that, like, change them slightly so it's not copyright infringing, but it's sort of like the real teams. So, instead of
I
having,
would I wouldn't mind it if they didn't have the license anymore, especially if someone did make a more arcadey game like Blitz or some Mutant League Hockey or something like that with it,
Yeah, but see, though, that's the problem, though, because now people won't actually buy games unless it has the license. That's kind of the double-edged sword there. You can have more arcadey games, but in order to actually bring in more people, you have to have teams that people are familiar with. Not just Minneapolis Sharks or, Kansas City Dirt Devils or whatever. Or
Well, it'd be
like that.
the Skanks and the Dust Devils.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton.
I'd like to see the arcade ones get a license like that. Like NBA Jam has licenses, obviously, and it's got real players, and it's got people like Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
You can play as Bill Clinton.
Who should have played basketball.
Like, have games that you know
Instead he
that
played the
the
sax.
developers had fun with. They knew they realized this isn't going to be serious at all. Let's just have fun with it. Let's just have Bill Clinton do slam dunks everywhere,
From all the way across the court.
on fire. Too.
Yeah. They should do something like that with They did do something like that with the football. They just quit doing it. I don't know why. I mean, Blitz got more serious. Why did Blitz get more serious? Blitz was awesome.
I'm guessing because they, demographics and bullshit crap. Bullshit all this. People want this and this and the realism in games.
People want them to just shut up. Just
People want
make it
brown
and see if
Shakespeare
people
all
like
over their
it.
screen.
People freaking hate the realism thing. I mean, some games I can understand it being all brown, gray, and dirty and stuff like Fallout. Post-nuclear world, it sat there and rotted for 200 years. I can understand it looking like that. But for God's sake, even in the Middle East, there's more color than Call of Duty makes it seem like.
like in World War II, World at War those kind of games. You can understand those kind of gritty images because most of the time people were under a lot of stress and they could. The brain's kind of tense, being some shit.
But at the same time, they went and embellished and they went out of their way to find diversions, things that could liven their lives up.
Yeah.
There's some of the best, cinema and literature of all time. It's from, wartime.
Yeah, but they don't need to make it nothing but a sea of gray, brown, and black in the video games about it. There's more color to it. And you can create a good and beautiful post-apocalyptic world with images that are just as surprising if you try and put effort into it. Just look at Darksiders. Have you played Darksiders?
I haven't, no. I wouldn't. Now that you told me, I want to try it now.
Darksiders is, if you like Zelda and if you like God of War, you'll like Darksiders. It's a lot like those two.
Sounds interesting by that.
Totally.
You
What system is that for?
PC, PS3, and Xbox 360.
You know what? Actually, what game I really like that mixes kind of this realism and arcade? The original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Because there's actually cheats in the game that you can activate mid-game.
I miss cheats.
Yeah, like if you collect a certain number of enemy intel and all that, you can activate really silly modes like party mode, where pretty much every time you hit someone instead of blood, it's a little colorful splat of some kind of miscellaneous color.
Or the crap out of that.
Negative view. Like whenever the entire screen decides to go in a negative view effect or something like that.
I remember all the codes they had on GoldenEye for N64. And this one time my brother had DK mode on with the big heads. And he had it fast motion.
Paintball mode.
He had himself very
Remember
small.
paintball mode?
Shut up. No, I don't. He had himself very small and he had himself invisible. So he was running around under these enormous enormous heads. And he looked up so he could see up this one guy's nose. And he just goes, he equips the laser gun and he goes, "Remove my nose hairs!"
I always liked putting it on slow motion on that game and then shooting people in the crotch. Because that was one of the earlier games where they would grab their crotch while they were falling down to die. They'd be like, oh, and it was in slow motion, so it was like, oh, it was great. You guys want to talk about something cool that BioWare is doing?
Sausage?
Sure.
Okay. If you buy Dragon Age 2 for the PC between now and the 30th of April, you will get Mass
Sausage?
Effect 2 for the PC as well for free. BioWare is doing this to celebrate selling a million Shut up! a million copies of Dragon Age 2 in 2 weeks, which was faster than Dragon Age 1 sold. And that's just cool. Giving away a whole free other
Sausage?
massive RPG. I am going to smack you. Giving away a whole other free massive RPG for free with the purchase of another game. That's just cool.
With the purchase of sausage.
Oh, no! I got nothing on this. I never played Dragon Age 2, nor ever played Mass Effect, so...
I really want to try Dragon Age 2, but I heard it's nowhere near as good as the first one. It's probably still a pretty good game. It is BioWare, but I heard the story's a letdown, which is unusual for BioWare.
You know what they're pulling? They're pulling a Valve.
Yeah, Valve does this kind of thing as well, which is cool.
Yeah, exactly. They're actually servicing the fans now, which I think most companies should do now.
Yeah.
That's why Valve has like a really high recommendation for most gamers now.
The only thing Valve is doing that pisses me off is they're not doing Half-Life 2 Episode 3, and I want them to do Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Maybe they are doing it, just they're doing it like...
Well, Portal 2 releases next week, so they damn well better say, Half-Life 2 Episode 3 coming soon.
Which, I've already reserved, so I'm definitely gonna get it. So...
Portal 2?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Go over to your house and
We
buy
gotta
it.
Jones it up.
I'm gonna,
So
I'm gonna
hardcore.
spend an entire night playing with a friend through co-op mode.
What day? What day does it come out?
I can't remember the exact day, but I have the...
I don't
they'll
know
give me a
either.
call whenever
Probably
they know it's ready.
Tuesday.
What?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say Tuesday. Games usually release on Tuesday.
Why do I have to work 9 to 5?
Because it's a weekday.
There are times when I actually miss working second shift.
But the good thing is, though, is that my parents will be out the entire week, so I'm going to hook it up to my giant-ass HD TVs.
Oh, sweet.
What's your schedule like that day? We gotta Jones it up.
Tuesday, 11 to... I usually work 11 to 5 o'clock is the latest I work, so...
Well, Tuesday, Paul's out, so we got a 52-inch screen if you want to... Oh, wait, 55. You got the 55-inch screen. You got the projector, though.
No, I don't. That was at the old house.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Man, I keep forgetting where you're living.
How big is this TV that you
Of
can
which
play
you
it
speak.
It's huge. It's about the size of this from here all the way over to the bottom of that, all to the desk there.
on?
Yeah, it's that
Nice.
huge. But, yeah.
Yeah, I support game companies that do this kind of thing, that treat their fans well and show, hey, you know what, fans, we appreciate the fuck out of you, you know? And Valve does this kind of thing all the time. They developed a game called, I think it was Alien Swarm, which was kind of like a top-down, if you played Alien Breed, it's a lot like Alien Breed. And they said, here, have it for free. We will never charge you for this game. Ever. And I downloaded it, and it was pretty awesome. But then they also did one other cool thing. When you bought the orange box for PC, if you already owned a copy of Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Episode 1, you could give the extra copy that you bought to someone else for free as a gift. So a lot of people got free Half-Life 2 when that deal happened because they hadn't gotten around to playing it or whatever. That was pretty cool too.
Better gift than sausage.
Yeah.
I am a gay robot.
You guys want to talk about Anonymous and what they're doing?
Not really, but let's do it.
Yeah.
don't think you're going to let us end the show if we don't.
Internet protest group Anonymous has begun attacking Sony.
Is that what
for
they
their...
call it these days? Internet protest group?
Well, that's basically what they are.
Trolls.
Internet hate machine. Internet hate machine.
Yeah, anyway, they're attacking Sony. Oh, the internet protest group sounds a lot better than just saying they're trolls. But they're attacking Sony right now for Sony's recent action against hackers. And they've taken it one step further and actually started attacking individual employees and friends and family of said employees. They claim to be on the side of gamers. Originally, they were also attacking the PlayStation Network, and the only thing that accomplished was making it so that everybody who owned a PlayStation 3 could not get online and play their brand new copies of Little Big Planet 2 and Killzone 3, which just goes to show pretty much how worthless this group really is. But they did stop when they realized that was incredibly stupid and would have accomplished absolutely nothing, as if their current attacks on Sony would accomplish something, which they're not going to. And they're still taking it too far by attacking individual employees and attacking friends and family of those employees. That's just sorry.
I'm going to say it once, and I'm not going to take it back. Anonymous, you are idiots.
Oh, pretty much. And
we are all going to get blasted to hell.
And so Sony is taking things a little too far with their attacks on hackers. Yes, I support the fight against hackers. Yes, I say I understand why they took away the ability to install third-party operating systems on the PlayStation 3. Do I think that was the entirely the right move? Not necessarily, but they did that to combat hackers. But what Sony did that's wrong is there's one guy, I forget his name, but he had a whole website dedicated to how to hack the PlayStation 3 so that you could install third-party operating systems on it again. And rumor had it that they got a list of IPs for every person that had visited that site. And that's a little too far as well. That kind of annoyed me. That kind of pissed me off. That's pretty bullshit. Going to that way, you know? Just, if you visit the site, it doesn't mean that you're going to hack. It just means that you're curious. And there's a difference between the two. You should not be punished for being curious. And I don't know if anybody has been punished for being curious.
Why so curious? Why so curious?
Yeah. I can understand the whole, going to the site and downloading third-party stuff. Because I know some people that, want to download NES ROMs on their PlayStation 3 in case the power goes out. They want to play something that doesn't require online updates or something like that. But yeah, whenever you download any kind of hacker program, I can say with my heart that if you want to download any third-party games that you need to hack a game just to get better at it, you're not a real gamer. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it, dude. People will get third-party software and whatnot that improves their aiming in the game by adding things that auto-aim for the head or make them harder to see or whatever the hell, or make it so that you can't kill them or their armor's a lot stronger. Basically cheating. People use hacks to cheat in video games, and that is unfair to someone like me that plays fair when they play online. And if Sony's gonna fight that, I fully fucking support that, Maybe I don't support this going to great lengths, the method that they chose, but I support their fight against it.
Yeah, maybe they should make a committee to consider making a committee to support, monitor that kind of stuff.
But Anonymous, what they're doing it's stupid. It's not going to accomplish anything. Anonymous tends to have ADD a lot of the time, and then they'll be focused on something for a few weeks, and then they'll go, ooh, shiny, and then they'll forget about Sony. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah,
When was the last time Anonymous ever did anything positive?
I don't even really follow him at all. I think the last time I heard anything about him was about a year and a half ago, so I couldn't really tell you.
Well, I know they...
Actually, I heard that they went out in front of the, like, L. Ron Hubbard's house.
Scientology.
Yeah,
the
L. Ron
building.
Hubbard's house. Oh, they have a headquarters?
Yes, they do. They
And
went and protested Scientology.
But
That much is true.
And they were like, "Happy birthday, we want cake." That's kind of amusing, but I think they all probably thought because they have nothing better to do that they were making a difference somehow.
They didn't stop Scientology. I mean, there was massive protest against Scientology for a large number of reasons, including rumors, and I don't know how true it is, but rumors that they had operations where they basically were operating kind of like a organized crime, and they had people killed. I don't know how true that was, but I read some stories on it.
You mean Scientology?
Yes,
That was
Scientology.
Someone tried to sell me on that. It was a hoax. It was one big website with a bunch of facts that all linked back to the same website, so there was no external citations. As far as I can tell, this is all just made up.
I don't know.
I don't like Scientologists either, but
The whole religion is like
it's creepy.
It's a scam. It's a scam. L. Ron Hubbard admitted that it's a scam, and they scam people out of money. And he said he wanted to create a religion just to see if he could get money out of people, see if people would pay money for it, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a lot like the Super Adventure Club in South Park. You know,
Exactly, they were
Yeah,
making
that
fun of
was direct
Scientology.
parody.
You found out that you could actually live forever by having sex with young Asian, younger boys. And they got hit by a train.
I saw about half of that episode. It was funny.
They say that the last thing you do before you die is... Ah, darn.
I'm gonna make love to the children.
That's a good episode. Yeah. Oh, Anonymous. You're pretty fucking worthless. And you're not going to accomplish anything with this. You're not going to stop Sony. And you do... Stop that! Stop that! Stop that! Stop that!
Oh, come on. If we're gonna make fun of them, we're gonna make fun of them.
And, yeah, you guys are a bunch of idiots. And you do not have the power that you think you do.
That's until the government's, raid goes into every one of their houses, and then, like in, the one cartoon I saw, but whatever. Yeah.
Well, that could happen. I think someone who knows what they're doing could probably find out who members of Anonymous really are.
Yeah, but then, and again, it is the government anyway. But, anyways, yeah.
It's pretty stupid, and it's not going to work. And we are at 57 minutes now. That was the last of the topics.
Sweet. I want to make huevos rancheros. Anybody up for some eggs?
You want to make Ball Ranch?
Yes, Joshua. I want to make Ball Ranch.
Ball Ranch.
Ball Ranch.
Ball Ranch is funny.
It's kind
Dia
of creepy,
de
actually.
Huevos.
Dia de huevos.
Dia de Huevos.
Good stuff.
Say Ball Ranch, and I think of like the, I don't know what part of the South it is where it's got the delicacy that's basically balls.
Those Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah, that's it.
There's a lot of places. I think it's like Kansas or something.
You say Huevos Rancheros, and that's what I think of.
And Glitch's ham boning.
Yeah. Because I have nothing to say
You
on this
say
subject,
potato,
sorry.
and you say potato, and I say potato.
You have nothing to
and
say
you
on bull
potato.
balls?
It's a funny word. There you go.
Oh my gosh. Huevos Rancheros is eggs with salsa, people. This is satire.
You know what? Dia de Huevos.
See.
De balls. Look that up on
Black
Screw Attack
Taco.
if you haven't, because that is an actual clip of the week worth watching. Dia de Huevos. They've done about 3 clips of the week centered around Dia de Huevos because they invented it like year before last, towards the end of the year, and they set a date for it in that original video, and then the actual date rolled around the following year, and then it's been another year since then, so they've done 3 videos on it.
Can I wrap this up? My hands are starting to get tired from hand boating all this.
So you want to,
Yeah, let's go get tacos.
Okay, yeah, this has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick, and I hope you guys enjoyed episode 46. Speaking of which, episode 50 is coming up very, very fast, so I need some suggestions on what you guys want to do for episode 50. And say goodbye.
I'm thinking Clem's Casino.
That wasn't saying goodbye.
Okay. Good night, solar system as we know it.
And say goodbye, Glitch.
He's just ham boning yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
We will talk to you guys next week here on digital-delirium.com.